Manawai, good morning, and how are you, faithful? It's Captain Niner coming to you for your Captain and Coffee morning report on this January 11th, 2025. All right, the first thing on the bucket we got this morning is not a whole lot of stuff going on. Congratulations to Fred. He is the only 49er that was a first-team All-Pro. Obviously, Fred was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year, especially for the first about 6 weeks or so, up until he broke his foot. He was just a man on fire, just was shot out of the cannon to start the season. Obviously, with the player formerly wearing number 49, he had to play damn near two positions, covering all over the field, and like I said, was just being an absolute madman. And all that on a broken foot, and he still played at an all-pro level. Like I said, pretty much the only thing that slowed him down or anything like that was the fact that he's not going to get, he wasn't in contention for Defensive Player of the Year because he did have a few games, but let's be honest, he was on a broken foot playing two positions because someone else could play there for the most part. So again, congratulations to Fred being the only 49er this year that is on the first team All-Pro. Now the second team All-Pro, congratulations to Fred and Juice. Juice obviously being the fullback. There's only like 3 of them in the league, so they probably just rotate whoever gets the All-Pro every year. So I want to say Juice was the All-Pro last year. Excuse me. Congratulations to Juice. George Kittle, second team All-Pro. Complete snub by the All-Pro. The only thing that Brock Bowers had more than Kittle was catches. And like I said, I like Brock Bowers. I actually wanted of us to draft him because I think going with a very heavy 2 tight end set with someone like Kittle and like a Brock Bowers, kind of like the Hernandez Gronkowski thing with the Patriots, I think this offense would flourish in an offense like that kind of a thing. So this isn't anything against Brock Bowers. I still think he had a good year. He didn't have a George Kittle. George Kittle is the standard bearer when it comes to being tight ends and everything like that, especially with Kel. You can argue the whole him and Kelsey thing, but Kelsey's, let's be honest, he's a big glorified receiver. He's not a tight end. But Brock is the standard, or excuse me, Kittle is the standard when it comes to being a tight end in the NFL. So complete snub on that part. I think that was completely wrong. But again, congratulations to George for being the All-Pro. But George was also the tight end Next Gen Stats All-Pro team for 2024. Now, those of you guys who don't know, check out the Twitter and the website Next Gen Stats. They break things down so that it's easy into levels you didn't know could be broke down. So what these guys say actually has determines a lot, and they're right. Everything they say is you can't argue with it because it's all done with facts. So congratulations to George on that. And the last thing, of course, today, Clay Kubiak might not quite be our offensive coordinator. So even though he is already been said to be our offensive coordinator, from the way I gather it, because it was a closed position that we did not have previously, because we have not had an offensive coordinator since Mike McDaniels left to go become the head coach of the Dolphins. So because that job just quote unquote didn't exist for a few years, and now he is being promoted to a job that was more or less closed to everybody, the 49ers are in violation of a rule of opening it up to the public and having multiple people interview for it. I'm going to assume, excuse me, because I haven't seen anything on it for 100% saying that this has something to do with, like, for instance, like the Rooney Moon, where you have to interview at least 1 or 2 people of minority status in order, for it to be legal according to NFL rules. So that might be why they have that, and I'm not sure how that plays into it. That's just my best guess. Don't quote me on that in any sort of way. But yes, so people apparently, like Clay Kubiak's going to have to interview for it. Other people are going to interview for it, and then they're still going to give it to Clay Kubiak. So in a way, it's kind of a stupid thing that they're doing, because why would you interview for a job you already know someone else has? You're just going through the motions. I'm wondering, technically, could they just have Townsend and Robert Saleh come back in and interview for, offensive coordinator positions, even though they're defensive coordinators? Could they just do that and just to get rid of it and get it done over? Could they interview Nick Sorensen for the offensive coordinator positions? Something along those lines to circumvent it just to get it done. So it'll be interesting. Like I said, always something with the Niners. Always something with this team. All right, everybody, have a good weekend. Have a good Saturday. One love, faithful.